Hello everyone, this is me and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go back to basic and I'm going to guide you through the Sun Salutation A and B. The Sun Salutation A and B belongs to the classic Ashtanga series in Indian, like classic yoga, and I'm going to give it some nice modern modifications so that it's suitable to even people who are not strong enough or not flexible enough to do the original flow. And trust me, if you practice this for a while consistently, you eventually be doing the original flow with all the chaturanga and upward facing dog. So let's do the class today. We're going to have a yoga mat and let's stand at the front of your mat in mountain pose, Tadasana. So in the original sequence, they stand with their feet together. But I think for a beginner, it's nicer to stand hip distance so that it's more stable and you have more balance. And so I choose to do this. Let's stand up and find the natural curve of your spine. It's curving in at your neck and at your low back and curving out at your upper back and sacrum. And then you can bring your hands in front of your heart. Or you can put your hands one on your chest and one on your belly. Let's close your eyes. We're going to start the class with breathing exercise, Ujjayi. In the original Ashtanga series, the Ujjayi breath is used throughout the sequences. We're going to do it now, but then you can choose to do Ujjayi breath or not. To me, a normal diaphragm breath is already good enough. So let's start with our yoga breathing. Inhale through your nose. Imagine you becoming taller. And exhale through your nose too. Tuck your belly in a little bit, as if you want to squeeze the air out through your nose. Keep on doing this for about 2 or 3 more breaths. And then for the Ujjayi, we're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose too. But as you exhale, block the root of your tongue toward your throat to make a sound at the back side of your throat. Let's do that together. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale. Do this for 5 breaths with the Ujjayi. After the 5 Ujjayi breaths, go back to your normal breathing patterns. And then slowly open your eyes and release your arms. So now you can choose to do Ujjayi or just the normal yogic breathing. We're going to do the Sun A. Inhale, bring your arms over your head, stretch yourself in a comfortable way, like you wake up in the morning. And exhale, folding from your hips, forward bend. It's okay if you bend your knees. Inhale for halfway up. And exhale, forward bend. Place your whole hands on the floor, shoulder width. Ready for plank. And then step your right foot and your left foot into plank position. Inhale in plank. And exhale, Substitution for Chaturanga, bring your knees down, bend your elbows, squeeze them to the side of your body and lay down flat on the floor. Inhale, Cobra pose. And exhale, tuck your toes, lift the whole body off the floor and into Downward Facing Dog. And now let's step your foot forward toward your hands. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, forward bend. Slowly stand up. Inhale, bring your arms over your head. Stretch yourself. Give yourself a slightly bigger back bend than before. And exhale, hands in front of your heart for mountain pose, Tadasana. Let's move on. Inhale, back bend, arms over your head. And exhale, forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Place your hands ready for plank and then step your left foot and your right foot to plank pose. Inhale in the plank pose. And exhale, Chaturanga, easy version, knees down. You can place everything at the same time, or thighs, hips, belly, chest. And then you land on the floor. Inhale, Cobra pose, any height. And exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Let's start walking your feet forward toward your hands. And then you stand with your feet again. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Stand up as you inhale, arms over your head. Give yourself a big back bend. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Stay here for about 5 breaths to calm down before we move on to a slightly more difficult variation of the Sun A. So when you are ready, let's open your eyes. Prepare your standing pose into mountain pose, all toes pointing forward. Inhale, the back bend. And exhale, the forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Place your hands on the floor ready for plank. Raise your heels up. We're going to jump very slightly to plank. And from plank, you can go through Chaturanga or knees down. Move your shoulders forward, bend your elbows and lay down on the floor. Inhale, Cobra pose. You can still keep the Cobra throughout all sequences today. Or try to tuck your toes and lift the whole Cobra off the floor for Up Dog. And then exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Now we're going to bend your knees, walk your toes a bit forward toward your hands. Take some momentum, look at your hands and jump forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Stand up, bring your arms over your head, big stretch. Inhale deeply, fill up your front chest with air. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Let's continue one more time. Inhale, the back bend. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, Atha Uttanasana, halfway up. And exhale, Uttanasana again, forward bend, hands on the floor. And hop very lightly to plank. From plank, you can go knees down or Chaturanga. You can lay down on the floor. Inhale, Cobra pose or Upward Facing Dog. Your choice. And exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Prepare your feet. Make sure your knee bounce like a spring so that you can hop forward. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, forward bend. Stand up with your arms over your head. Stretch yourself. Inhale, big back bend. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. So that was already 4 rounds of Sun Salutation A. Stay here for about 5 breaths. Then we're going to try the original version when you jump to Chaturanga and skip the plank. So let's do that. Stand in mountain pose. Inhale, arms over your head, big back bend. And exhale, fold from your hips and then fold your whole spine, Uttanasana. Inhale, Adha Uttanasana, halfway up. And when you exhale, place your hands on the floor ready for Chaturanga and jump and bend your elbows at the same time. Now you can lay on the floor and go Cobra or goes up to Up Dog as you inhale. And exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Let's jump forward and then inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Stand up with your arms over your head. Big stretch to the front of your body. Inhale. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. One more time like this. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, hands on the floor and jump. Bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, Up Dog or Cobra. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Bend your knees and jump forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Stand up, bring your arms over your head. Inhale. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, mountain pose. Stay here for about 5 breaths. Slow down in your breath and your heartbeat. And be ready for the Sun Salutation B. So the Sun B is quite similar to the Sun A, but we're going to make the sequence longer and we add some standing poses like chair pose, Utkatasana, or Warrior One, Vibrasana. So let's do it. Like the Sun A in the original flow, they stand with their feet together, but I prefer to do it feet as wide as hips. And I think this is a more beginner-friendly standing pose. So you can choose your standing position, but make sure that your toes are pointing forward and not standing like a letter V. Let's inhale, chair pose. And exhale, belly down to your thighs, hips up for Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. And now it's just like the Sun A. Exhale, hands on the floor, jump. You can do plank or Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. And exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Now bring your right leg up to the sky as you inhale. And exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb and bring the whole left foot down to the floor. It's pointing like a diagonal line, like about 30 to 45 degrees. Stand up, make sure your hips facing the front. This first sequence, we're going to stay here in Warrior One for 5 breaths. So that you have time to fix the alignment of this pose. Look at your front knee, it's somewhere on the top of your ankle, and open the front thigh bone slightly out so that your knee will not collapse in. The back foot is stepping very strongly to the outer edge, down to the floor. Your hips are turning to the front of you and not turning to the side. Take a deep inhale, step even stronger on your feet and grow your spine very tall up toward the sky. And exhale, squeeze your belly in, really strong core every time you breathe. For one more breath, inhale. And exhale, hands down to the floor, back heel up, step your front foot back for plank, and then Chaturanga or half Chaturanga. Inhale, the back bend, you can choose Cobra or Up Dog. And exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Now inhale, bring your left leg up toward the sky. And exhale, step your left foot toward your left thumb. Bring the whole right foot down to the floor, diagonal line. Again, for Warrior One, check your hips, make sure they are facing the front. And then bring your arms over your head. You can touch your hand or not, doesn't matter. Stay here for 5 breaths, enough time to check your legs alignment, really important. So your front thigh bone slightly going out, externally rotating your hips. Bring more of the work to your glute. And the back foot is stepping strongly to the outer edge rather than the inner edge. One more breath here. And exhale, hands down to the floor. Step your front foot back, plank pose, and then Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to jump forward, just like the end of Sun A. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, stand up, hands in front of your heart. Mountain pose. Stay here for about 5 breaths. Slow down within your breath. And then we will do 2 more rounds of the Sun B. And we will not stay too long in the Warrior 1. We just go through it, just like in the original version. And even here you can choose to do the Vinyasa flow in the easy option that I taught you before in the Sun A. Or if you feel like you're strong enough, you can skip the plank and do the original version with Chaturanga and up dog. Okay, so let's do it together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, hands on the floor, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb, back foot on the floor. Inhale, Warrior 1. Exhale, hands on the floor. Step your front foot back, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left foot to your left thumb. Right foot on the floor. Inhale, Warrior 1. Exhale, hands on the floor. Step your front foot back, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump forward and then inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Chair pose, inhale. Exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. 5 breaths here. And then we move on to do exactly the same thing. Let's do it. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb. Back foot down to the floor. And inhale, Warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step your front foot back. Bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left foot to your left thumb. Right foot down to the floor. Inhale, Warrior 1, hip facing forward. Exhale, hands down to the floor, front foot back, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump forward and inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Chair pose, inhale. Exhale, mountain pose. Now you can take a long break here because we are done with the sequences for today. I hope you find the right modification for your Sun Salutation A and B. It's important to modify the flows or the posture to your own body, and then after a long time practicing with consistency, you're going to see progress in your own body. And if you have done the Sun Salutation, if you like them, you can do the Sun Salutation again. Or you can do my other Vinyasa classes. I think you are very ready to do Vinyasa yoga classes. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell button so that you receive notification whenever I release a new video. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. And I hope all the best to your health, physically and mentally. We're going to see in my next video. Goodbye.